Good morning guys, I hope you're all doing very well, and as always welcome back to another YouTube video. This one today is going to be something potentially just a little bit different. I've probably said that in about 295 out of my 300 videos that I have uploaded to YouTube, so I'm going to say it again. This video probably is going to be a little bit different. Now it's going to be a little bit different because it's going to be pretty random in the fact that I have no plans for this video whatsoever. I've got chest to train today, I've got flat barbell to do today, I'm in the midst of making my first meal right now, which if you guys do not know what my first meal is by now, then to be honest, like, I'm at that point where I'm desperate for subscribers to reach 10k, but I would probably just unsubscribe now. But regardless of that, chested today. Now, one thing that I wanted to come on the camera very quickly and cover was Fit Expo has just been this weekend. Now, one of the most frequently asked questions, towards me anyway, was how I've went about building the muscle that I've got in the time that I've been training. Now, again, not everybody knows that I've been training 9 years. Not everybody knows that I've essentially sacrificed my whole entire life for the past 9 years. Not everybody knows that I've went all in for the past 9 years. But that is literally it in a nutshell. I have trained with the basics for almost, I would say, upwards of 8 years, day in, day out, week in, week out, until I moved to Ultraflex last year. Now, don't get me wrong, when I moved to Ultraflex last year, I did not take out the basics. When I moved to Ultraflex last year, we kept the basics in, we kept flat barbell in, we kept incline barbell in, we kept barbell squats in, barbell deadlifts. You guys know I still do these every single week. Now, this is definitely something that I think a lot of people miss out on, because a lot of people are definitely being brought up very early within these facilities that offer so much more. And with that being said, there's so much more out on social media nowadays that you can literally be brainwashed by anything. You can see all of these new ways to train, and the unfortunate part is, guys, you need to be willing to learn how to train with the basics. You need to be willing to learn how to train with real intensity. You need to be willing to learn how to really knuckle down and put time into these bigger movements that do actually work. People don't like these movements because they're so basic, but trust me guys, a barbell squat is going to teach you a lot, a barbell deadlift is going to teach you a lot, a barbell press, whether that be incline, above the head or flat, is going to teach you a lot. So be willing to apply time into this, guys, because trust me, it takes a lot longer than what you think, and especially as a natural athlete, like, I am nowhere near where I want to be, and then when I get to where I want to be, I want more, I know that, but regardless of that, like, I'm 9 years in now, and I have put all of my time into these big movements. I've learned them inside out, I've got really good at them, and that's where I've been able to build that additional bit of density, along with, don't get me wrong, I'm putting in these smaller movements as well, but I'm not prioritizing these smaller movements over the bigger ones. And trust me when I say this, guys, along with that, make sure that your sleep is good, make sure that you are willing to eat and eat and eat. Now trust me guys, it was a lot of the younger generation that did come up to me. I had a few old people as well, but it was a lot of the younger generation that did come up to me as well, and they did ask about the food. And trust me, if you're eating well Monday to Thursday and then fucking it up Friday, Saturday, Sunday, do not expect to progress. You need to be willing to stay on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You need to be willing to stay on Monday to Thursday, the full week, for years, and that is what it takes. But no more rambling on, guys. I don't want this to move on to a negative note. That was as positive as I could keep it, but I've got meal number one in preparing right now, so let's just go and find out what it is. Come on guys, by now we should know what meal number one is. We've got two big boy sesame bagels now. I must admit, I've actually moved onto the sesame bagels. I just think they taste that little bit nicer. I'm going to get this one right today. We have got 2 egg yolks in there, and we have got 5 egg whites. And what we actually do also have is your finest 8 turkey rashers. This is going to be washed down with a lovely little green Monster Ultra. So guys, like I said at the start of the video, nutrition could not be one of the more important factors when it does come to muscle building. Like, nutrition is pretty much everything. If you are not eating, you are simply not going to grow right. Yes, you can get to that point where you could say if you're not training hard enough, you're not going to grow, and that is totally true, and you have to take on board that whenever it does come to training, a certain level of effort must be required to go into your training whenever you are looking to build muscle, or for example, lose fat for that matter. But the main thing is definitely around building muscle. Now, nutrition, like I've said to you again, eating around the clock, eating X amount of meals per day, X amount of calories per day. I don't care how you get it in, it's just getting it in consistently on a day-to-day basis, 7 days a week for a year. That is what is going to create an elite level physique, is ensuring that you are doing the same shit day in, day out, year in, year out, for a long time. Like, it's simple, guys. A couple of small things that I couldn't recommend anymore. Like, we often hear of people losing their appetite, and sometimes it could definitely be down to the lack of movement throughout an off-season phase. In this phase, yeah, you've got to eat a lot, you've got to be in a surplus, you've got to train hard, but you have to move, whether that be in the form of cardio, whether that be in the form of steps per day. not allowing your appetite to hit rock bottom is the one-way ticket to ensuring that you can keep food flowing in at relative ease, because that is definitely something that I've learned throughout this off-season for myself. Ensuring that I'm going out walks daily is why I'm able to keep my appetite where it's at, and why I'm able to get the food in that what I'm getting in. Now we're moving on to this next meal here. I'm going in with another 2 bagels. We've also got 200 grams of cooked chicken on there as well. Again guys, high in protein, high in carbohydrates, a little bit low on the fat side, but I've always been one to prioritise the carbohydrate side just because of the energy, and I know that my body's going to utilise them up first before anything else. Protein in there as always for my recovery. I'm at around 240 to 250 grams of protein per day right now. That seems to sit perfect for me. Body weight wise, we're looking at around a gram per pound of body weight, and then of course the little bit of additional trace that does come from that as well. But like I said guys, nutrition is everything. Make sure you move, make sure that appetite doesn't drop, and you won't have an issue eating. So I know in my last video I did do a rundown of the supplements that I do take over the course of the daily basis towards obviously me pulling silly numbers on the deadlifts, but a couple of supplements that I did actually pick up and really stock up on, what you could say anyway, at Fit Expo was my Sport Joint Max from Strom. Now like I've said to you already guys, I'm not affiliated with Strom whatsoever. I just use their products because they are simply incredible, and of course HR Labs and Unrivaled both don't offer anything like these. So of course Joint Sport Max, which is the supplement that I did put in my 2022 prep, and it's been a supplement that has stayed in since. And what I was also fortunate to pick up as well was this Z Max, I don't even know what you want to call it. And it contains your magnesium, it contains obviously your zinc, and I've only ran it for around a week now. Don't get me wrong guys, I will give you another rundown and a review after around another few weeks, but I can only put out as much positive vibes as possible from the Sport Joint Max. This has helped so much, and this is one that is just going to be put in right now, and I will give you guys a review after another few weeks of using it. Next one going in here guys, so this is going to be my pre-workout meal. As you can see, I've got the butter chicken sauce across my basmati rice, and we've also got 200 grams extra of my chicken breast. Now this pretty much does take me up to very close to my protein goal by the end of the day. Now like I've said to you guys already, I like to get my protein in very early, just so I'm not struggling later on at night. And what I tend to find is the later I take in more protein and then I don't actually move about, I really struggle to digest quite a bit of protein later on at night, purely just down to the fact of me training that little bit later on. As you guys know, I train around dinner time, so me taking in a high protein meal later on at night time just it doesn't really sit well with me. So I like to get upwards of at least 200 grams in prior to me going to the gym, but this is going to be pre-workout meal. I'll then wait around an hour. I don't like to push it too far, so I'll wait around an hour and then I will go and train.
Ay. Ay.